sitting in the background. They should just pop out.
Like not even moving. And then every now and again, you'd be home.
You guys get all the secrets. Anything that's here right now, you guys see what's happening in the background. We're being kind of naughty.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Can you see yourself?
30 seconds, all quiet.
Wore the right shirt.
There's bad radio, good radio, and chaotic radio. In that order.
RagHouse Radio.
What's up, party people? It's RagHouse Radio live with the amazing in-house guests. What a great show we're going to have. Super excited. RagHouse Radio, created to empower women in music, sports, entertainment, business, everything. And today, I have Alicia Vigil and Vigil of War. We have Alicia right here. Say hey to the people.
How's it going?
We have Shane right here.
What's
Wait,
up?
not Shane. Sugar Shane.
Oh, yeah. Sugar Shane Taylor.
Please tell me why Sugar Shane Taylor. Do you like box or something? Is that your boxing name?
No. Yeah, I boxed. Yeah. All
How
125
how am I
pounds.
supposed to know? So how'd you get that name,
I
Shane?
don't know.
Who named you?
Her boyfriend named me.
There has to be a good story. Don't
there's
hold
no-
out on me.
I don't even know. He's just talks, and then I end up with a nickname apparently.
I like him. I wish he was here so he could tell us. Do you know the story, Alicia?
Oh, I think we just both.
I think it just sounds good together.
It
Shouldn't
just
it?
we
sounds
just
good.
Call him all kinds of things.
Just
Yeah.
stumbled upon.
Sticks,
I mean, I
yeah.
also got Baby Bach.
Baby Bach.
Baby Bach.
Like he's a little Sebastian Bach. But like,
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Do you have any names? Any nicknames that people like to call you?
I don't think I do. I don't know. I mean,
Okay, so callers, listeners, Alicia Vigil in the house. Oh, look, someone said, Susan said, you all look like you're being naughty already. You're right, Susan. Wait till my co-host starts helping me. Oh, you're being naughty. Stop that. We are going to help you come up with a name, Alicia.
okay.
That's gotta happen.
Okay, Alicia Vigil, Vigil of War. She's a bass player, super smoking hot, Facebook land, Instagram land, YouTube land.
What's the
Help
nickname?
us. Help us name Alicia. You guys can call in. And if you call in, I have free tickets. Y'all see that? Oh, there's a lot of them. Riverside Beer and Music Fest happening Saturday, July 22nd at the Riverside Municipal Auditorium. Call in 909-360-8330. Talk to Alicia, talk to Sugar Shane. You can even talk to our special friend who's in the back of the studio. If you're watching from YouTube, you'll be able to see him. But Facebook, sadly, he's hiding. Maybe he'll creep around with his mask on in a few minutes. Who knows? But call in. You could talk to any one of us. Say whatever's on your mind. Alicia and Shane are going to be playing some music live for us, which I'm super excited about. I got to cheat, though, because I got to listen to them rehearse. And I wanted to hop on a kit and start playing the drums with them because it was badass.
Do you play drums?
Yes.
All right.
I am a drummer in my band, and I love it.
That's awesome.
It's so fun. And Rachel, y'all can't see Rachel, my beautiful sound engineer, talented, gorgeous, amazing, everyone's best friend in the whole wide world.
Aw, shucks.
I just want to punch you. Aw. So Rachel's handling sound, so if you can't hear us right now, it's her fault.
Just let us know.
Oh my God.
I'm sure they will. I always get lots of really funny, hey, you're not doing this right. Hey, you're not doing that right. Hey, you should try this. Hey, you should try that. So I'm sure we'll get some love notes.
Yeah, pass those tips along to me, and
Sure
we'll see if
thing,
we can
tips.
utilize those.
Absolutely. So let's dig in, kids.
Dig in.
So tell me, Alicia, when did this band start? How long have you been?
So
Doing this.
this project is our new project, which is literally just launched in February.
What?
and
It's
yeah.
brand new?
Yeah.
Brand
Whoa,
new.
okay, that is brand new. Okay,
Yeah.
months. It's not even a year old. What'd you do before Vigil of War? What projects were you guys working on prior to?
So me and Shane have been jamming for a few years. That's how we know each other.
Okay.
But we never got to launch any bands together. So this is our first one actually launched, which
Yeah.
is awesome.
Okay.
It's the first one to
And-
get past the garage.
Yeah,
Oh.
totally.
Garage bands are so fun. No
Yeah.
pressure, right? Just fun, no pressure.
It's always been a singer thing. It's always so hard to find the right singer, and you have to deal with so many personalities. That's why I was like, you know what, fuck this. I'm gonna be the singer.
Okay, so
So-
you're a bass player first.
Yeah.
How long you been playing the bass?
I started with guitar when I was about 12,
Mm-hmm.
and I just kind of like hopped on the bass and like kind of fell in love with it. So I just kind of stuck on there since I was about maybe 15.
So you play both. You play guitar and bass.
I write on guitar, but I pretty much just stick to bass
Okay.
playing wise. But
Okay.
yeah,
And what kind of music did you start playing when you started learning?
it's always been kind of rock and roll. Like, I mean, I learned, classic stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, melodic, we're big, me and him are both big on melodies and
Oh,
like,
got it.
melodic metal, melodic rock and roll. So yeah, that's why
Right on.
stoked. Cause yeah, before this band, I was in a band called She Demons, which was an
Ooh,
all girl.
I like the name of that band.
Yeah.
You come up with spicy stuff.
This one was actually, we were an all girl band that was put together by the Misfits. And so we toured and did a bunch of cool stuff, but that project broke up last year. So it was a really
Okay.
heartbreaking year, and like,
Oh,
it was like my whole
no.
life, and
Oh
like,
no, wait. So I want to dig into this because it was heartbreaking. So there's a good story there. So how old were you when they put that band together?
I just turned 19.
Okay.
So
And were you all writing the music? Was it a cover band? Did they write music for you? Like how did it all work?
It was pretty much just me and Jerry only from the Misfits, who was the one who created the band,
okay.
writing the music. And like, the girls at Chip and Rich, everyone kind of
Got
pitched
it.
in, but like
Okay.
he was the main, it was his vision. So we
Okay.
were, only a band for about a year and a half. And we did cool things, but like obviously the business, is hard to
The
maintain.
business
And,
is
they had their
ridiculous.
reunion. And so, it just kind of like didn't work out, but it's all good. But, that was
Good
like my whole life.
experience.
Totally great experience,
Right?
on
Like,
the road. And
Eye-opening, like things you just
Definitely.
never even considered, right? You're
Yeah.
like, this is my life right now? Really? This is how it works?
literally, yeah,
This is how-
seriously.
really?
Like, what is our life? This is awesome. I mean,
That is
So,
amazing.
yeah.
That's pretty cool that you got to, whether it worked out or not, it's just
so
one
grateful for it,
chapter
yeah.
in your story that you're writing of the story of your life, right?
Yeah, totally.
It just
I mean,
gets
you wouldn't be singing if it wasn't for them. I mean,
it's so true.
So tell me that. So you were brought on to play bass.
Yeah, so I was the bass player, and basically, during our tour, our singer is another band. She's awesome. Her name's Priya Panda. She's from Toronto. She has a band called Diamonds that's been around, for a while.
Okay.
And they got some of the biggest gigs that they had ever been offered in Japan.
Oh, so
Right in the
she-
middle of our tour, and like it's hard when that's like obviously I understand it's like her baby project, like
course.
that's she's like, guys, do you think you would be able to like cover for these 4 shows, like
Oh.
on vocals? And we're like, sure, we understand, like
Right
so we. It was my first time stepping up to the plate, and like we all took like a couple songs each, and like I was like, you know what, I guess I can do this. Like I never realized like
Oh, right
singing and playing
on.
at the same time, and like
Yeah.
even being able to be comfortable enough to sing, like. So
Seriously.
I was like, hey, this is kind of
tough.
cool. Like, because I've always been kind of a band leader in every project I've been in.
Oh,
So I've
okay.
just never been the singer. And, like, I was like, okay, cool. One less person to rely on.
So
like,
now
this is
it
great.
makes sense.
Like,
You're the front person, and you basically run the show. That's the
Yeah.
way to be, girl. That's the place you want to be. Now, what about you, Shane? Tell me about your relationship with music.
okay.
When did you start playing?
I started playing in middle school sometime. I don't remember exactly how old I was. Guitar. Been playing piano since I was really little.
Okay,
he's awesome.
That's me. I started
I
playing the
was-
piano when I was 6.
Do you still play?
And then, oh yeah, and I
Yeah.
teach. But drums came on much later.
Uh-huh.
But piano helped you, didn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It's like if you can
In
play the
so
piano,
many different ways.
Yeah.
The skills you learn with piano will apply to
Right.
everything else. Timing, sense of melody, all of that.
Yeah. And
But,
so when did you pick up the guitar?
So I picked
Middle
up the
school?
guitar in middle school. I don't really know why. I can't remember. I just kind of, I grew up with my dad's a sound engineer, so
Okay, so you grew up with music.
music all around.
Okay.
And so yeah, just kind of natural for me to get into it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And moved out to LA. This is in Florida. I grew up in Florida.
Oh my gosh, what part of Florida?
Like right in between Orlando and Daytona.
So is that south or mid? Like where is that?
Just the middle of Florida.
Oh, it's the middle
Just-
of
yeah.
Florida.
It's not
so
great.
it's not all those stories. It's not really.
No, especially not when you're like. When I was a teenager, I was like an aspiring glam rocker.
Oh,
so
and
I
it
was
did
super into the 80s and had the hair and like I'd
right
get made
on.
up.
And it was not a good spot for you.
Not
to
a good
be.
spot for that. They're not very understanding
Oh,
over there in like
that sucks.
The rednecks aren't really about that.
Really? Okay, so Central Florida. Okay, sorry, any Floridians, Central Floridians that are listening or watching. It's not that we don't like rednecks. They just.
I love rednecks. It's just growing
if they're
up
watching
around.
this, they're probably cool though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
They
yeah.
appreciate rock, so.
Yeah, that's true.
So what made you move? Or did your whole family move, or did you just relocate?
Just me. My mom's out here now, but originally it was just me.
Oh,
Basically,
it takes
my roommate at the time moved out here because me and him had been like, we really want to move to LA eventually.
Yeah.
He's like, if I don't do it now, I'm never going to do it. So he moved out. I was
Right
too afraid.
on.
I was way too afraid.
It's scary. I
And
was going to
then-
say that's pretty adventurous because you were young.
Yeah, I was 18, 19.
Yeah, that's scary.
And, yeah, to move across the country.
With knowing no one,
No
having
one.
nothing.
So he was here a couple weeks, and he went to a show at the House of Blues. Rest in peace.
Oh, Sunset.
And a band that he saw was losing their bass player, and they were like, "We have a gig in 2 weeks."
You're kidding.
And he's like, "They need a bass player. If you want to move out, now's the time to do it. I can get you into something right away."
What?
So on 2 weeks' notice, and it was another gig at the House of Blues, and I learned all their songs.
You're
and,
shitting me.
And
What
just
band?
did
2
it.
weeks?
Electric Child is what they were called, glam band.
Hey, it was a perfect fit for you.
Well,
Right? Not so much?
Well,
Oh, he has
Well.
good stories.
yeah.
What did you do, Sugar Shane? What did you do?
Oh my God, that's too long of a story, but things happen.
We have an hour.
Musicians happen.
Just musicians, typical music stuff. We started fighting.
Uh-huh. Like artistic differences. That's what we call it.
Artistic differences.
Yes, that's what we call it.
And yeah, I don't.
So what'd you do next? Okay, so you that was that. Then what happened?
Okay,
'Cause you're a
what's the
guitarist,
story?
but
How do
you're
I
a-
say this diplomatically without like getting anyone upset?
Don't worry about that. Sugar Shane, really? You can't live your life worried about upsetting
right.
everyone for
You're
fuck's
right.
sake.
YOLO,
If I was
huh?
worried about that, Rach, where would we be?
Oh my God.
At home in bed.
I'd be eating bonbons and watching like reruns of Charlie's Angels or something.
Yes.
All right, you want the story?
Yeah. Yes, we're
All right,
talking.
All right.
We're
so
chatting.
basically, me and the drummer were roommates because I moved in with him,
Okay.
and so he had recorded their EP, and then me and him decided to quit afterwards. But we had all the files; they didn't have it yet, so they decided we had a lockout studio, which is your studio,
Right.
and all of our stuff was in there, and they decided to like keep our stuff until we gave them the files. We were gonna give them the files. We weren't gonna keep that from them.
My.
But we didn't like that.
Oh.
So maybe we
Did you
had
break
an
into the-
adult beverage or two.
Uh-huh.
And we went and got a crowbar.
Oh, no way. What? I did not hear this story.
See?
Shane.
See?
And,
It's like the craziest I've ever heard,
See?
Sugar Shane. He's so sweet, Sugar. Sugary sweet. This is awesome. I like him and crowbars.
and we broke down the door. We got caught.
Oh, busted
But
like
this place
in
was
jail
practically
caught?
it was practically a crack den. It was on Santa Monica in the bad part of like of the street of Santa Monica in
yeah,
East
I
Hollywood,
Right.
like where like all the
Shady.
prostitutes go and everything.
Oh,
Down an
fun.
alley. It's practically a crack den.
Yeah.
And so
who caught
they were like,
you?
we're going to call the cops. And we're like, call the cops. Come
Go
on.
for it. Yeah.
And I don't know. It ended up with us like meeting in an Arby's parking lot to trade like
Oh, it
hand off
sounds like-
everything at the same time.
Who? Alicia? Alicia,
Yeah.
get closer to the mic, darling. Eat the ice cream cone, Alicia. Eat
This
the
one,
ice
right?
cream cone. There you go.
And is
Yes.
that? I think you is the iPad
Can I
on?
see? Oh.
Oh,
Can only see the top of your head. Well, thank you, Lori. We'll see if that's better. I want you to see my girl, Alicia. You guys see me all the time. Right on. Is that better? Much better. Oh, yes.
Dude, that's
so
an awesome story though.
tell me, you didn't go to jail because they didn't
No,
call the
no,
cops.
no.
So you really didn't get caught. Really. But you did the switch like a black and white, like that Michael Jackson video where you guys were like fighting and
It's
stuff.
like, yeah, we both
Oh,
hand off at the same
choreographed.
time
That's
so that no
rad.
one's-
That's
yeah.
awesome. Oh, I love that story.
But there was a lot of screaming too in the Arby's parking lot. That's probably.
yes.
probably the most
All the
ratchet I've
guys with their
gotten in
guy liner on because you're like
Oh,
glam
yeah.
rock, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It was.
I
It's
wish I was
embarrassing when
there.
I think back on it. How,
that is not embarrassing. I would wear that memory proudly. That's a good story.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome. I
Hey,
never heard
yeah,
that.
Leash, can you match any
I
of those
cannot
stories?
match a crowbar breaking down a door.
you can't. I don't believe that.
I know, I really can't. What do I? I don't ever really. I don't think I've ever really physically.
You're like a lover, not a fighter. Is that what it is? You're kind of calm and
Yeah.
mellow. Really?
I don't know. Like
But I mean,
don't.
that's
I've
me. My
never.
nickname is
Yeah,
Sugar.
he
I'm
is. He is too. That's
She
why I'm
has secrets.
surprised.
She just doesn't want to get anybody upset.
Girl, this isn't your typical radio show.
This is awesome. I'm stoked. This is so cool.
But okay, wait, stop right there because I'm sketching for you guys to play some music. So get your stuff. Let's
do it.
What
All
song?
right.
What's the first song you guys are gonna play for us?
I don't know.
Let's do what? War Inside My Mind.
War
Let's do it.
Inside My Mind. Oh God, it's like you guys are writing music just for me. Alicia and Shane, War Inside My Mind. Hi, Lori from Australia. What's up, girl?
Okay, you ready?
Late at night, alone in bed, I lie awake. I'm planning it out. I must escape. I'm so tired of living only to survive. I don't care where we go, just drive. Leaving behind the war inside my mind.
War inside my mind.
Open my eyes. I'm breaking all that binds.
Breaking all that binds.
Like an avalanche of stress that suffocates. It's breaking me down. I must escape. And the only way to make it out alive is trudging along against the tide. Leaving behind the war inside my mind.
War inside my mind.
Open my eyes. I'm breaking all that binds.
Breaking all that binds. War
Leaving behind the war inside my mind.
War inside my mind.
Open my eyes. I'm breaking all that binds.
Breaking all that binds. War inside my mind.
War inside my mind.
War inside my mind.
The war inside my mind.
War inside my mind.
The war inside my mind.
Damn.
That's it. There you go.
Oh, cheerio and all that. That was amazing. I was sitting here and I was just reflecting and thinking to myself, fuck, I have a great job. I get to sit here and drink and listen to people talk about awesome stories. Y'all should write a book. And then I get to listen to great music and it's fantastic. And I'm so happy you guys drove out here from a recording sesh. So tell me what
yeah.
y'all are up to. You were busy little bees today.
Yes.
Naughty
awesome.
number 1 and
Every
naughty
day.
number 2. So tell me what went down today. What are you guys working on?
So we are recording our first EP.
In the process, that's why we're playing acoustics, because we only have one song finished right now.
I love it. I love it. It's fantastic. So tell me the situation with writing. Who writes? How do you guys collaborate? How does it go down?
Well, this EP, we will have 5 songs on it. And those 5 songs, me and my dude, Michael Grant from LA Guns, my boyfriend, my, best friend, like we write together.
Oh,
so
right on.
all these 5 songs. And there's our friend Jack Skellington in the background too. Oh, wow.
What? Who let him in here?
Jack.
He helps write too, I guess.
Oh, it's your ghostwriter.
Oh, badoosh.
Ba-dum-bum.
Oh my god. Just got
So yeah, like me and him write together, and because this is my first time. I've always like written songs in the past, but this is my first time, as a vocalist, obviously. So
Oh, damn.
I'm so used to like in the band that me and him were in like 3 or 4 years ago. It was like a garage band, like. It was weird because, like, I'm so used to writing riffs and, like, stuff on my guitar and, like, the melody on the guitars. But I'm like, okay, wait, no, the focus, I got to, like, make sure I have enough room for, like, my vocal melodies now.
Right.
Like, I never really, like, thought about that.
Are you a
so.
lyricist?
Yeah,
Or
so I
okay.
write all the lyrics, too.
Okay.
Which
And
is,
then-
this is my first time doing it, so this is awesome,
Bitchin'. And your boyfriend is in a band. He's been doing this for a long time, so he could kind of help
Yeah,
you.
he's seasoned. He's, he's perfect to work with, like, because, obviously he
Okay,
knows
wait.
me really well.
When you
so.
say seasoned, do you mean he's old?
No, he's a seasoned songwriter. He's older than me.
So he's
but-
like your sugar daddy?
No.
Oh my God, I love it.
Gross. No.
Oh, fuck,
Hell
if he's
no. I
listening.
make my own money
I know.
fine.
You're hell no.
Hell no. No. He's awesome though.
that's
Like
so
he's
cute.
he's great songwriter. So it's he knows me so well, obviously. So like it just works out great. He knows what I like. Knows if I can't get an idea down, like he'll pull it out of me or he'll like help me finish a sentence. So it's a good song.
So
writing team. And
where do
then-
you come in on the
So
the
basically,
writing?
I mean, it's worth noting they wrote these songs after Alicia had booked a residency at the Whiskey A Go Go, and there was no band.
Oh, hey.
there was
Yeah.
no songs.
Let me tell you something. There is nothing like being deadline driven.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is, I tell you time and time again, that's the way
Don't
to get
let
people
opportunities
to.
pass.
That is, I fucking all the time. Someone's like, "Can you do 4 hours of, I don't know, like something random, like Irish Celtic music?" I'm like, yes.
You say yes, and then you
Of
figure it out.
course we do.
Yeah.
And
It's
the
the only way to
girl,
get anything
that's
done.
my
oh my
thing.
God, the girls in my band want to slit my throat every time. But guess what?
You get the greatest.
Yes.
Because
That's why
Gets
you're
results.
good at driving this band, because that's the kind of thing where a musician or artist will be like, I don't have anything. It'll probably be ready in a few months or next year.
Yeah.
No, you take
No, we
the
hit
residency.
the ground running. Like I don't want to like wait around. Like all last year was horrible. I was like, I'm determined. This year is
good
gonna
for
be great.
you.
Like we're
Good
gonna
for
just
you.
do a lot, get a lot done. So yeah, it was basically I had our single, which Bite the Bullet, which is out now. I had that written about a year ago. So that was the
Okay.
only one that was done.
So that's going to be on the EP. So it's
Yes.
released, but that's going to be on the
Yes.
EP. Okay.
So
That's
that
the first.
that was the first time we wrote the song and I had that one done. But other than that and a logo, I didn't have anything. So
I love you.
barbed wire dolls.
Just knowing that you're going to make it whatever you want of your career because that's what it takes, girl. Like
Yeah.
that is right there. So I'm so happy to hear that because I have a lot of
Thanks.
musicians that come in here and they're fantastic. But that drive and
Yeah,
that
people don't
ability
have work ethic.
to make things happen, it doesn't happen. And that's why a lot of them fail.
I agree.
Besides the typical band
Drama.
sugar love that
yeah.
don't last very long.
Sugar love.
And the crowbars and shit. You gotta get yourself a custom necklace with a crowbar.
Dude, I have
That's
like
what you have to do.
this whole newfound respect for Shane. I had no idea. That's so cool.
I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
can handle
right.
stuff when I have to.
Oh my God, I love
Good
you
to
too.
know. I mean, hey.
Fantastic. But you're just gonna be successful no matter what you try. I'm so
thanks.
happy to hear that. And I love that you're a man. So Michael Grant from LA Guns.
And he has his own project, Assassins, which Shane also
I also play
jams
guitar.
with as
Oh,
well.
sweet. Hey,
We kind of
listen.
tug of war, Shane.
This is what what I have found, what I see happening in circles of music, like the LA scene. I'm not that connected to the LA scene. I'm like an Orange County and Inland Empire girl. That's where we usually play. We travel a bit, but we don't do like. First of all, we're not an original band. I'm in a cover band, and some tribute projects. But the LA scene, I see you guys making the rounds at the Rainbow and the Whiskey and the Viper Room. And I think to myself, these kids are like kicking their asses, like just to get exposure, to get a following. Like it is not easy it's so
not. People don't understand
hard.
how much work goes
Oh
into
my-
being in a band. Like,
They're-
holy crap.
It's like
Yeah.
it's rare to get paid. You're fighting to get people following you on all of your social networks. So someone will see, okay, they're established. So now we're willing to put some time and energy into them. It's such a different marketplace for you than when it was like back in the day where they'd pick
Oh,
someone
I
off the
wish.
And you know what's
street
strange is that
and
a lot of
develop
people,
them, right?
A lot of the younger bands are still like working like it's still the 80s, and it's like it's not working for really anyone.
Like you have to develop yourself.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally.
And then once you're developed, then someone's going to put some money down on you or whatever. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, you
So many
have
of my
to-
bands,
So hard.
so many of
You
my
have to
previous bands have been like, if we just play out enough, we'll get it. And it's like there's a lot more than just no one's gonna pluck you out of the
It's
whiskey.
You have to be
True.
good at every
Everything.
single aspect. Your not only your music, but your business. Like you have to look cool. You have to perform well. You have to market well. Like you have to have merch. You have to have the best videos. Like
So-
to get people's attention for more than 5 seconds.
So
like,
how did you learn all that was important? Who has helped you? Have you had a mentor?
I
Has
think you
it-
just
is
see
it
a
your-
lot of your friends failing, and you're like, okay, this
that
isn't
doesn't
working.
work. So it's like a
just
process
throughout
of elimination.
my life, I guess. I don't know. Like
If
I've
you put
gotten
some
to-
thought into it, it's really clear. If
The thing
you
is,
actually
a
think
lot
about
of
it.
artists are these geniuses, right? These prodigies in the instrument that they play. They're so creative and wonderful, but their business sense, their business acumen is not there.
Totally.
A lot
And
of
then
people are
that's-
just
makes
hopeful
it-
that that's enough, and I think they put so much hope.
I don't think they
into-
realize that
but
it's
it's
more
not.
than
And
that.
a lot of the
much more than
bands,
that.
I grew up like listening to or like, grew up, watching. I kind of watched what they did, like, so I kind of see
You're
what
paying
works. Like
attention.
I see, okay, they have the full package. That's what I'm interested in. Like they not
Yes.
only have the music, but they have everything else going on. I gotta like see, like take notes, like I was like the band Black Veil Brides. I
love them.
Yeah, so I kind of accidentally discovered them when I was really young, like before they had an album, before they were, So I went to their first show here in LA when I was 13, and like there was like 20 people there, and like so
wow,
I
you followed their whole career.
So I got to they're good friends of mine, like I got to kind of be like their little sister growing up and like see what they did, and like obviously they did really well, so I got to see okay cool like. this obviously worked for them. The merch, like this
It's a
did.
whole.
So it's like there's so much that goes into shit.
That's so cute. Okay, you're like, oh my God, they're my friends. I'm like their little sister. And so Black Veil Bride. So I teach voice and piano and drums. I have a teenager, a male teenage vocal student who like idolizes that band, right? And I have to teach them all their music, like whenever we have a performance coming up, put a band together, always wants to sing, that band stuff. So when I go back and tell him, like, it's one of your buddies, right? I'm like, yeah, so their bestie, Alicia, was in the studio with me, and I wish you were there, but you should really tune into my radio show so you get to hear us talk about your favorite band on the planet. So it's just like, everything's relative to you. It's like, oh, these are my friends, and I got to kind of like go to school on them and figure out how to run my own band and what worked and what didn't. Like, you kind of saw what they were doing, and you were able to listen and learn.
Like
and then you
some other
have
bands and
the end user, right? Like a fan, like someone who wants to be like them, emulate them, and it's this big old chasm, right? It's like light years away, but that's how close it is, like the universe, right? Like your connection. You're friends with a band that's so amazing that someone could never even hope to meet in their lifetime, right? So you've had some opportunities that many people don't because of the circle that you're in. And that's what I was going to talk about earlier when you're saying your boyfriend is in a band, a very successful band, and he does other projects. And Shane plays with your boyfriend in one of his other projects, right? Yeah. And you guys are connected that way. And like, it's this big circle.
Yeah, it's,
right?
I mean, LA, people don't realize how small, especially the music scene.
Small.
It's so small. Everyone knows each other. Like, and you get to know real quick, like, who the good hearts are and like who the hard workers are. Yeah. So like, you kind of just stick to the creatives and like, it becomes a smaller and smaller circle. So it's like awesome. Like, like I knew Shane and then and then Michael got Shane.
That's
and
how
then
it
I
happens,
got Shane,
right?
And,
and that's
like,
part of
awesome.
part of what you were talking about. Also, this big circle, this like one cog in the wheel. You have your business, you have your marketing, your social networking, you have your creative, you have your music, you have your talented musicians, you have your relationships. Like that's a huge part of it,
that's
right?
What people don't understand. Like having bandmates, it's like people don't understand how much goes into it. Yes, talent is obviously key, but you have to get along with these people, and like you have to have people that are willing to show up and aren't going to be flaky,
aren't on drugs,
or alcohol. We had an old singer, like crazy, I mean, there's so much people don't understand that goes into it, like or someone could have all those things and be like, I'm sorry, I'm in like 5 bands, or I have like
that happens
one night a week,
it?
That I'm free because LA rent is freaking crazy expensive. So to even just be out here, you have to have like 3 jobs just to make it.
It's so hard.
Scheduling is like hard as hell, and to get 4 or 5 people to get together one night a week or 2 nights, 3 nights a week to practice is like so hard.
It's like the stars aligning.
Do you drive? Do you have a working cell phone?
So many people, drummers especially, don't have cars or
You
cell
have got to be
phones.
kidding me.
I mean, like, there's so much that goes into it. People don't understand. It's crazy. So it's so awesome when you finally meet that like magical person, like a magical Shane. And
That's
you're just
what
like,
I mean. I know, because you can finally make things happen.
You can hang.
You have to have chemistry with them on top of it all.
Yeah.
And you're right. This is the tricky thing. When you have talented players, if they're talented and in the circle, right, they're going to be sought after.
They're going to be tug of war all over the place. So it's like, sorry. You're like, now they're going to like, whatever, it's hard.
Yeah,
sorry, I have to go on tour. It's this once in a lifetime opportunity to go to Japan, right? I do not envy you guys. You have a lot of work. So when anyone comes in, they're like, oh, they're living the life, glam, this and that. It's always fun. They don't understand how hard it is to make this dream happen. So whenever I see any of my fellow musicians like making it and successful, I'm thrilled because I know it just doesn't come to you like it doesn't just come to you like that. It's hard work. So listen, Rach, the kids brought a audio file with them, and this is your new release, right? That you brought.
Do we want to play that now, or do we want to wait until the end of the show?
Well,
to
they're
going to
play live again.
Okay.
So let's play this now, and then they're going to another treat. They planned another treat for us. Tell us about this song, how it came about, what it's about.
This is the first song that I wrote, and it's just, I'm sure everyone throughout their life has been, screwed over at one point, or whether it's in a relationship, a friendship, a business, since everyone can relate to it, and I wrote it in like a vague enough way that everyone can have their own personal relation to it, and it's just about overcoming it and retaliating and be like, dude, I'm gonna do this. That's
awesome.
what I'm biting the bullet singing. That's kind of I'm just gonna do it. Yeah.
I love it. Okay, this is Bite the Bullet.
We have a music video coming for this soon too.
What?
We filmed.
Well, how soon?
Pretty soon.
Months, weeks?
No, definitely weeks.
What? I can't wait. Are you having a video? Are you having a party?
We should.
Yes.
I think we definitely should.
Yes, you should.
Yeah.
And invite all your people. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. Send me the date when you come up with it.
I will.
Yes, for sure. All right, girl, you got it queued up?
Yes, this is Bite the Bullet by
Vigil of War.
That's it.
You led me on so far, hung me out to dry. Promised the world to me and sold me on your lies. I should have known. Heaven comes with a price. Self-started hurt me for everything I crave. You tried to reel me in and use me like you said. You better know that there'll be hell to pay. I'm coming in with guns a-blazing. I won't suppress retaliation, and I will bite the bullet. All your ammunition, now I'm right into it. I'm boring, you let me round and round, but you can't break me down. Shed all the death weight, and now I will take the reins. Faster and faster, I can feel it in my veins. You better know I'll put you in your place. And so begins the hell I'm raising. The monster of your dead creation. And I will bite the bullet. All your ammunition, now I'm right into it. I'm boring, you let me round and round, but you can't break me down. And I will bite the bullet. All your ammunition, now I'm right into it. I'm boring, you let me round and round, but you can't break me down. And I will bite the bullet. All your ammunition, now I'm right into it. I'm boring, you let me round and round, but you can't break me down. You can't break me down.
Oh, hell yes.
There it is.
Bite the Bullet, Vigil of War. It's the first track released on their upcoming EP. Sounds like we're going to have this video release party soon. We don't know when. I'll make sure to give you dates. When Alicia updates me, I will update you, my people. So you guys maybe head out to LA, join the party. Who knows? At the very least, we all want to see it. Now, how are you getting that video done? Tell me who's behind the video.
So our friend Richard Villa, he's from Exhibit A Gallery, which is his gallery. He's a good friend of ours. He's worked with me throughout for years because I was also in some Black Veil videos in their movie. So I've known him. He does all of their artwork and all their props and all that stuff. So I met him through the Black Veil fam, you know, and he did all our She Demons, you know, artwork.
Oh, so you've been working with him.
Yeah, he's
Tried
one
and
of our
true.
old friends.
He
like
knows your
forever. He's known me
vibe.
since I was 13, and like his stuff is great. Like so, yeah, he, you know, he's did all our artwork too, and he, you know, helped us with our video. I have a badass new mic stand that'll be premiering in the video that he built himself.
Oh, he's
really
an artist.
cool. Yeah, he's like a real deal artist. Like.
That's right.
So yeah, it's gonna be fun. I can't wait to see it ourselves.
So where? So you're done shooting the video,
Yeah.
and
It's
now
been
it's
shot.
being edited, and
Yeah, it's being edited right now. And
oh my god, isn't that the worst? Waiting
it's just
when
like,
it's all
right.
done,
Totally.
right?
like I want to see it. No, but it's gonna be cool. So I heard I talked to him a couple days ago. So I think it should be done pretty soon.
Oh wow,
So,
I can't wait. I
yeah.
can't wait. So what are the rest of your songs on this EP like? Give us a little hint about the
I mean,
music.
that was like a little taste of kind of like what's to come. You know, like so it's all,
Yeah, it's more or less the same vein. We have the slower song, you know.
we have a ballad that we just recorded that we're so
sweet.
stoked. We're working with
was that
Thrasher.
today? Was that today?
Yeah, our producer Thrasher is
He
freaking
gets
amazing. He's because most people know him because he's in the band Escape the Fate. But I mean, dude, he is an amazing, like fucking
Producer.
amazing producer. Like
oh my god.
the best
About
guy
everything.
we've ever worked with. Like he has no ego at all, which is so hard to find too.
That's hard
You know
to
what I mean? Like
find.
even producers, you know, like it's hard, you know, like dealing with people like, you know, if you want to have a certain idea down, he's never like,
No way.
yeah, I think mine is better. Like
Yeah.
he's just like, yeah, I can totally hear it. Like, you know, and he gets it. Like he totally gets our vision.
He must
and-
be busy if he's that easy to work with and good at what
Oh
he
yeah.
does.
Oh yeah. Every day we schedule things out in the calendar. Like so
Yeah.
I mean he's so great, so cool to hang with. Like he's so much fun.
That's awesome.
So yeah, and I'm stoked. He's doing a couple like, you know, guest solos on the EP as well.
Yeah.
So it's
oh no way.
friggin' awesome. I can't wait to like release this.
He's
It's
one of the
I'm
best
so
guitar
stoked.
players I've ever seen.
I mean,
his name's
yeah.
Thrasher, so like you
So
better figure
There you
fucking
go.
good.
There
Like
you
we
go,
were
right?
all just like, I mean, I have like I'm just such a dork, you know what I mean? Like I'm in the studio while he's like recording the solos, just doing all the feely bends and like, you know, licks, and I'm just like, oh, this is freaking awesome! Like
She's all jumping up and down.
this is like
yeah.
totally exactly what I wanted. Like
Ah,
it's like if I could have like done the solo myself, like he did it perfectly. So I'm
So,
just like,
okay,
oh, I'm
so we
stoked.
have this amazing bunch of music that we're about to hear and see. Tell me now, what are you going to do to promote it? Are you going on tour? Do you have any shows booked? What's happening?
That's the plan. I mean, we're gonna shop around, you know, with our EP, and you just try to get gigging as soon as you know we're out the door, and like, yeah, our definitely plan
Yeah.
on like wanting to tour as soon as we can. You know,
Are
Just
you?
keeping momentum with everything. You
Yeah.
can't let anything stop because then it stays stopped.
You
Yeah.
absolutely
especially in this day and age.
true.
Yeah.
You always have to be creating a buzz.
People like
always have
lose
new material.
Yeah.
You always have to, and you
Have
know,
new content.
LA is you know a spot or the greater LA region, but you have to get out on the road. Like you have
Yeah.
to start
Oh,
yeah.
hoofing it,
Totally.
right?
People get caught up in LA and
Totally.
they think that, you know, if they matter to the whiskey, they matter everywhere.
No.
Right.
Nope.
No, no, not really.
So
Do you
we
have a
can't wait.
company or you know that you use like for touring, or are you looking at you know what's your
I mean,
plan?
this project is brand new,
I
brand spanking
know.
new. So I
It's
mean,
like,
you know,
yeah.
we're just, you know, keeping
So right now
our
you're focused
options
on
open.
recording.
But yeah,
But like, you know, as we're recording this EP, we're also writing songs that are going to be on the next whatever.
yeah,
so that
and
we
this
never
time, you
stop.
know,
We
like
don't
Shane
stop.
has ideas. Like he's writing some songs. I'm still
That's
writing some
bitchin'.
songs. So it's like awesome that we're all like now being able to. He gets, you know, obviously that what the project's about now, and like, you know, so everyone's contributing. So yeah, everything's moving forward. I'm so stoked. to,
Well,
like,
and you have, it seems like you have a circle, you know, a support network that,
Yeah.
you know, like if someone's going on tour, maybe you could open for them or whatever, right? I mean, like we were talking about the relationships. That's kind of how it works. Or they may know of, well, we're not active right now, or we're doing something that's not a good fit, but
Friend of a
this
friend.
other band, exactly,
Yeah.
right? hey, have you tried, maybe let's talk to these people or whatever, and like, and put something together, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. But first, you just got to have the material.
The material,
So
and
it's
that's
a
where you
show me
guys are
business,
right
so we're
now.
gonna show it.
Yeah. So like, you know, like every business, you have people that are working on the stuff that's in front of them. Then you have someone who's looking out, you know, 3, 6, 9 months in advance. You have someone who's looking out a year, 3 years, 5 years in advance, you know, to keep that momentum that you're talking about. That's why it's so crazy to have a successful situation happen, because there's so much that goes into it.
Totally,
right?
yeah, because especially nowadays, like people like how the attention with the internet, like, you know, people lose their attention span within 5 seconds, so they'll forget about you. Like,
It's so true.
you release a song, they'll like forget about it in like 2 weeks, like,
That's
you
so
know, or
true.
whatever. Like, it's, you have to constantly keep content rolling and people excited about something new happening. So yeah,
Now, I always stalk my guests before they come on the show, because I research them, because I want to
'Cause you're a
know
good
where you
interviewer.
came. I want to know
Yeah.
where you came from, what
Yeah.
you've been up to, you know, what you got cooking, all that kind of stuff. And I saw that you were an actress, and I just have to ask you, because I want to talk about that just a little bit before I have you guys singing, because I think it's bitchin'. How did you even get? Because you're young. And you were telling me earlier, you were young when you were acting, right?
yeah, I started young.
So how do you even start doing that when you're a little nugget? Like, how, you know what I mean? How does it even? Do you have is your family in the industry?
Yeah, so my
okay.
Well, my mom, you know, she was taking some acting classes, and like, you know, I was 7 years old, and I was like,
Oh, really?
Mom, I want to do that. Like, that looks
You're
so
like,
much
"That looks
fun.
fun, Mama."
Yeah. So she's like, if you're serious about it. And I was like, yeah, no, I really wanted to do that. You know, so I got like a little kid agent, and I was
No way.
like a actor and a model when I was 7. And then
What was that
doing
like? Was it fun?
Oh,
Or
hell
was-
yeah. It was super fun.
it
I mean,
was?
you know, there's a lot of work that goes into that field too. It's
Sure.
like, you know, it's like, you know, you have to go on several auditions, learn how the business works, research your casting directors to see what they are looking into.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, it's,
So your mom did a lot of work, I'm sure. Right, for you to
Yeah, no, my parents are awesome. Like, they're super supportive, and yeah, so she was great at like taking
Getting you to
me-
to your
I
auditions
mean,
and your
just willing to
callbacks,
do
right?
that. Yeah, so
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Because I hear about like little kid artists, and they're all like super sweet and cute, and then they turn like 16 or 17 and they go bananas because the industry has ruined them.
I know.
So what is that all about? Like, did you get into it where you could see shit like that going down, or was your mom like Brooke Shields' mom and just kept you totally like safe from all?
Yeah,
the,
my mom's awesome. I mean, and it's not like I was ever like a huge kid actor, so I didn't have to deal with that,
Okay.
like walking outside in paparazzi. Like, that must be terrible,
Oh,
you know? So like,
God.
I was only in like small things and like, you know, commercials and whatever.
So it was fun.
It was
still
fun,
for
yeah.
you.
And then after what, you know, a while, then I was just like, you know, I turned into that like awkward age where 10, 11, 12, 13, where it's like, you know, I got braces, and I was just like, and modeling too. Like, I couldn't really, it's like that awkward age. You can't do the kid stuff, but you're too young for you know, more editorial stuff. So I just kind of stopped altogether during that time. And that's, you know, especially that age period, like when you're 10 years old, like that was when I like heavily got into my own bands. You know, my parents raised me
Okay.
on good music, but I was like,
What kind of music did your parents like?
everything, like everything, but pretty much rap and country. So like, you know, my classic rock, my dad loves reggae, so I'm super into
That's
reggae
on the way over here,
too.
reggae
Yeah,
song
I was listening to
comes on.
Bob, and he's just like, whoa, what? You know, but like, I mean, everything, punk.
So they do like
New
good
wave.
music.
So they love new music, like, you know, the Strokes or whatever, you know, like alternative. So yeah, they raised me really well, like on all kinds of stuff. And then, you know, Fuse TV was still around playing good music.
Oh
and
my God.
That's when I was like watching at home, you know, in 5th grade, 4th grade, being like, dude, you know, watching, you know, Avenged Sevenfold or My Chemical Romance, being like, I want to be like them, you know?
Oh, I see.
And so that's when I was just like, screw acting. I want to get me a guitar, like, you know?
So it didn't ruin you. It was enough so you had fun, but it didn't ruin you.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
is perfect, right?
Yeah.
What about you, Shane? I stopped asking you questions before you guys started. I got so excited to have you start playing music. You said you came out here, you started your first band, and then we kind of stopped. What happened after that first band had the Michael Jackson fight in the middle of the street?
Okay. I don't know. It got weird after that. I was just kind of floating around. I kind of stopped being into. I still like glam music and everything, but I stopped like being into it so heavily. I believe that like
you just evolved, like your taste just kind of evolved.
Yeah, and I kind of like I wasn't really feeling music. I still played it, but I didn't know what I liked, or like what really just did it for me.
Yeah.
So I was just playing around with a bunch of different people, and you know, I had my old influence, and I started to find new stuff that I like, and so now I'm super into music. I'm into the older stuff that I used to be into, and I love new music too, and that's what kind of reignited my passion for music, was finding bands like 1975 and churches and
How did you two meet? How did you two meet originally?
Dude, his girl.
My girlfriend hired her.
As a what?
Me. As a retail, like, I was like, I just turned 18 and I was like looking for a job. So I was like walking on Melrose because that's like my favorite, you know, the rock shop. So I was just like, hey, you know, I'm looking for a job. And she's like, okay.
Oh, bitch.
And so I worked with his girl, and she was like, hey, my boyfriend plays like guitar and bass. If you ever need anybody. I was like, actually, I'm putting a band together. We should jam. And then we've been...
That's rad.
Best bandmates ever since.
Oh, that's a perfect story. It's like random. You never know.
Yeah.
You just never know what's going to happen. So true. So you guys are going to play one more song for us, right? Pretty Please with Sugar on Top?
No.
Come on, dude. Stop playing hard to get, Sugar Shane.
Since you asked so sugary sweet.
So tell me about this song you guys are about to play.
This one, since it's actually... like themed well for your radio show. It's just a female empowerment kind of like.
Hell
yeah.
Yes.
It's like, you know.
I dig that. So
listen,
before they get started and before she tells you the name of this new song, I wanted to remind y'all we have tons of tickets to give away to Riverside Beer and Music Fest. It's going to be held at the Riverside Municipal Auditorium Saturday, July 22nd. Tons of free tickets. You guys call in 909-360-8330. All you got to do is leave us your name and contact information. You can come to the station, pick them up. We will also have some of these tickets sitting out at the Music and Arts studio in Corona. Anyone wants to pick them up there. Might even send some home with Chucky so he can stick them in one of his favorite venues down in South Riverside County. I might even send some home with the kids in LA if anyone wants to trek out to Riverside in a week or so. Come and see a free show. And it looks like, beer and music festival.
Those are two good things.
Those are two good things. Like, and it looks like there's two 90s tribute bands playing. What did I say? Green Today, and it's a Green Day and a Blink 182 tribute band. So that'll be fun. Nostalgia. We were talking about that earlier. 90s are like all the nostalgia rage right now. Yeah. So all the 90s tribute bands are, taking a big hit into the industry. So that's a good thing. We like that. So tell me, but what's the name of this song y'all are going to play for us?
This one's called Livewire.
Livewire. Yeah. I even love the names of your songs. They're rad. Okay, let's hear it. Alicia Vigil, Vigil of War, Livewire.
Livewire, I feel electric. Fed up with being disrespected. I'm not here to serve, I'm here for gain. Not gonna let your own delusion tear me down and take abuse. Now I can see it now. Here comes a change. We will never be made up, feel inferior. So wising up and let go of disdain. We fought so hard, but still so far to go. You thought you won, but little did you know. Here comes the man to set up his throne. We will raise a torch and set the tone. Livewire, I feel electric. Fed up with being disrespected. I'm not here to serve, I'm here for gain. Not gonna let your own delusion
Sugar Shane, you promised to play behind your head. Liar! Liar! Pants on fire!
He promised to play with his tongue only and like his teeth.
Oh, that's super hot.
Just kidding.
Wow.
With his toes.
While it's on
That's
fire.
super not hot, but it's cool. It would still be fun to watch. Why don't you try it? It's all we're all friends here. You went no, he's all no.
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 Yeah, I mean.
He's all I'll do it. Shit, I don't care. Don't you know
Only
me?
once.
Crowbar boy? You Hey, listen. So we only have a few minutes left. I'm so thankful.
That's not enough.
It's not enough. I need a 2-hour goddamn show. Dutchie, I need a 2-hour show. For fuck's sake. Don't you think,
on.
Rach? It's too fun in here.
Let's keep us going.
Exactly.
If we have 2-hour show, that I could bring a 6-pack. We could just
that sounds nice.
right?
It's always like you get through the business for the first hour,
And then we'll
the
just
second
play.
hour is just fun.
We could jam in here. We could plug into the board. Like there's all sorts of things that could happen in this
If you
realm.
go 2 hours, we call first. Go.
Right? Yeah.
I'm gonna come back.
Right on. They're going to come back. Well, you bet you're going to come back because when you guys are ready, either for your video release or when you're about to go on tour, whatever's happening, you guys want to come back, you tell me.
We
You
will.
definitely come
Thank
back
you.
to the show. You guys are awesome. It's been so
This is
fantastic.
fun.
But listen, before we go, for those kids that are out there listening or whoever, grown-ups, kids that are aspiring to do what you all are doing, you're in the middle of it right now. What do you say to them? Like, if you have like 30 seconds with someone and they're like, how do I do this? What do I do? What do you tell them? What do you tell those kids that are like, I want to be just like you,
Don't
Alicia?
let your dreams be dreams. Just do it.
Just listen to Shy. Just do it.
I love that. That's all general and poetic and
I mean,
motivating and inspiring.
Yeah,
but
don't let
give them
anyone
something,
like, like do what you want to do, Like I know a lot of people that like, maybe their parents might not,
they don't
want
have a
them to,
support
but you know
network.
what? Like at the end of the day, life is short. This is your life.
And
Just go all for it.
Put some real thought into it too. Like realize everything that you have to be. Don't just think that
Things are
being
gonna be handed to
passionate
you.
about the guitar or whatever
It's
instrument
that's
is
enough,
is not,
right?
You,
I agree.
you really do need
You
to
have
be
to
everything.
work your ass
Pay
off.
attention to what's going on. I mean, you can learn everything you need to learn through YouTube and
It's
books
true.
Yeah.
and forums. Just really think about it.
And don't let
think
anyone
about what
put you
gotta
down
do.
or say that you can't do something.
Or
like,
don't let it stop you because people
Yeah.
will. That's the fact,
Oh yeah,
right?
people are always. There's always going to be for everybody that loves you.
Haters.
There's always going to be someone that hates you too for no
Oh, yeah.
reason. Sometimes just don't let them bother you. Like,
Hallelujah.
That's how you know
right?
you're doing good.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
right.
Hey.
Embrace your haters,
Yeah.
right? But listen and let it fly away with the wind. But that's true because there's a lot of, especially artists, they're sensitive. Right. And so when
Yeah.
someone tells you your music sucks, you're ugly, you can't play, like, what are you doing? Like, they'll come up with a million
Yeah.
reasons, right?
Most likely because
they can't, they're frustrated, they're
they're
jealous or
frustrated with their
whatever.
own life. Like
Absolutely.
leave people alone. Like you should just be happy people are trying to do anything at all. But
And that's
hey,
what
just
makes
brush it off.
what you guys are doing right now harder because back in the day,
Yeah.
we could maybe think about someone that we didn't like, but we didn't have easy access to
Oh,
that
yeah.
artist's social
True.
network and tell them how many ways we can't stand them.
Hide behind a computer.
Oh, the trolls, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's like it's brought out the worst in a lot of people.
Totally.
But I think having grown up with it to an extent, I mean, I was born in the 90s.
Sure.
So like I got both ends, but I think having kind of grown up with it, it doesn't bother me so much when people are just trolls.
So
I
you
know,
think you
I just
have,
know
like, a
that-
thicker
I know that's a
skin?
thing.
Like
so
younger
I think the younger
kids?
kids are not going to care so
Okay.
much. I mean, certain people, that's a generalization.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean,
But
I
there-
think it's going to be less of a problem because people know that a troll is a troll, and it's
Yeah,
like, what
that's
is
true.
it?
Exactly.
So what?
I'm-
I see
I'm
it all the
glad
time.
to-
I see
and
it for other people. I don't care
And
if
that's
it's for me.
good advice for someone who's maybe because like a lot of times fear stops you from doing what you really want,
Yeah.
from showing who you really are. And to hear something like that coming from you, someone that's successful, someone that's making it happen for herself, especially, females out there, they're like, I would like to do something like that.
Yeah, don't let anybody tell you this is a man's business because hell no. Like you can do anything.
I
Like
agree, girl.
I just know that like I have no ego here, but like I know that I work my ass off and like I see a lot of guys that are really talented, but like they're slackers. Like, so don't let anyone tell you can't do something. There's
That's right.
guys and girls, they can both kick ass. Like,
Yes.
This
Yeah.
is everyone's business.
So you heard it from Alicia Vigil herself. All you girls and guys out there listening in tonight, don't let someone else stop you from what you want to be, what you want to do in your dream. RagHouse Radio, created to empower women in music, business, entertainment, sports. Thank you so much for tuning in, Alicia. It was so lovely to meet you. Sugar Shane, I just love you too. You guys are so talented. I love your drive. I know whatever you guys do, it's going to be so successful. And I look forward to checking out concerts and
Hell
being there in the first row going, hey, girl.
I can't wait to see you too.
I totally will. Oh,
It's
yeah.
awesome.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love that you play.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
awesome.
Music has been everything for me. So shout out to all my people out there. Thanks for listening. Call in 909-360-8330 for free tickets. Have a fantastic and productive week, and we'll see you real soon.